Hello everybody, welcome back. In the last video, it seems that I missed the middle of the video. I don't know how that happened, but I missed looking underside of the car. So in this video, Dad's going to be looking and removing the petrol tank. So he's going to diesel tank. Sorry, he's going to remove the diesel tank out of the car and then show you what the chassis looks like on the underside. So stick around, and you'll be able to see all the holes in the problem.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the discovery that we're about to start on, that we showed you at the beginning of the film. And what we're going to start on first is removal of the fuel tank, so that we can get at the rear chassis. This is going to be it's an awkward job, but it's doable. First of all, what you need to do is remove these covers off here. 2 screws, one there, undo them and get that out the way. Put that up there and do the same with that one. Get that out the way up there. I'll fold it much easier to do it this way, which is to put a nice clean cut along there, and then you can fold back the carpet like that. I'll just drop a weight on it to keep it out the way a minute. Okay, and then we expose the top of the tank. Now I've removed the screws out there, and then this panel, we just remove that, and there we have the connections to the fuel pump. These connections are quite easy to get off if you get some pinch nose pliers. I don't know if you can see that. Each one is colour coded, so you know where they go. There's a white, green, that one's blue, and then black. And at the side of each one there's 2 little clips, little plastic clips there and there. You have to squeeze them together and pull the pipe out. As I say, it's easy to do with a pair of pinch nose pliers. You can put them down there, squeeze the clip in, and then gently pull on the pipe and each one will come out. Remove this plug, that pulls off there, like so. You can, if you want, mark them up, but it can only go in one way, and these pipes, they'll stay in position anyway. So once we've got all them removed, we can then get the car lifted up and start looking at the underneath. Okay. Trixie Bell's coming to help us, but unfortunately I can't hold a spanner. Right, what we need to do is get the fuel out the tank before we can drop it. Well, we've still got a long way to go before we can drop it, but this is the start. So what we've got to do is get the fuel out the tank. The easiest way to do this is to take that section of hose out underneath there. As you can see, I've got the mole grips on there because they're a bit rusted up, but they're coming loose. And then what we can do is pull that pipe across so we can get directly into the tank there. And we can put a hose in there and we can siphon the fuel out of it, because luckily for us this one has got a lot of fuel in it, and there's no way we can drop this tank with it nearly full. So what we're going to do is disconnect that, and then we can put that in there. Here it comes. There's nothing that we can't fix at Wardy's Works. There's our sign up there for the shop. Goodbye. Okay, here we are back with the fuel tank. Right, what we've done now is we've removed the pipe. And there you go, from between there. Bit difficult to get out, as I said, getting the Jubilee clips off, and then what you have to do is the section in the middle, squeeze the pipe together, and then you can pull it down and pull it off this part first. Is the easiest. And then what we've got in there is the anti-siphon thing, which we need to get out there, and there you go. So once that's removed, we can now put a pipe in there, siphon out the fuel. Okay, back later. We've now got these all disconnected looks like. Hang on. A rag in there just to make sure nothing goes down there. What we've got to do now is get these supports off here. But before we went into the realms of dealing with this, which we know is going to be corroded right the way through there, because we've come across it before, what we did, we undone, made sure that these two bolts up the back here, at the back of the toe arm, made sure them were loose so that we know that they can come out before we go into that, because if we couldn't get them out, that caused a big problem. So, using the cutting disc, a very fine one, like so, I managed to get up the back of there and cut the head, cut the bolt, cut the nut off there. So this is now loose. I'm now going to cut the nut off this side, so this side's loose. Then we can pull these down, swing the whole thing down, undo these two bolts, move that out the way, because at the moment the tank is going to sit on there when we try to drop it. So we don't want that. But we'll come back to you on the next stage when we've cut the other bolt off. Right, interrupted via a delivery there. As we were saying, these are the ones we have to fetch out, and this is where you have to squeeze it in. As you squeeze that in and pull it out at the same time, it pops out. So that's quite simple to do. So that's all disconnected now, ready to go at the top. We've drained the fuel out the tank. Obviously I've got to make it light for when we disconnect it underneath and drop it down, because it can be too heavy and sloshing about. So that makes it life a bit awkward. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up, get it back up in the air, and we're going to start looking at the underneath of it. So away we go. Up she goes. What we've done is we've put this support underneath the tank on the cradle so it don't damage the tank at all. We've got the one bolt out there. This one's the last, ready to loosen off, and we've got these round here, up here somewhere.
There's one, and there's the other. That one's off.
Yeah,
that one's got to come on.
But we're supporting it on this stand
Gearbox.
because it is a bit awkward when you've got to wiggle it out of the hole. Okay.
Trusty MLT hammer. The tank is out. This is all bare now. We can see what we're doing. There's the bolts. We have to cut that one out to get the tank past, just so we don't poke a hole in it. So we're going to heat that up and whack them out like we've done previously. And we've got this little hammer. And as you can see, it's gone through there. But that's the sort of thing I'm going to do and use when I'm at an MLT. So that's really what you want to do when you're testing it yourself. So there you go. You can see that that's what they'd be doing, and that's what they'd be whacking.
It's got a serious case of metal worm.
Yeah.
Not that serious that we can't fix it.
It just looks solid in places, but then you hit it and, you know. So we're just going to get rid of all the rot anyway. I know most people will be saying rear quarter, you need to put a rear quarter on it, but we can rebuild.
Yep. And we will.